So hello, my name is Lisa. I'm from Finland and this is my first semester at Yonsei GSIS and I'm studying ITFM.
Hello everyone, I'm Gauri. I'm from India. Currently, I am in my last semester and my major is ITFM.
Hello everyone, my name is Maria and I'm from the Dominican Republic. I major in international studies under the program of international cooperation and this is my first semester at Yonsei's GSIS.
Hello, my name is Claudia. I'm GSIS ITFM major on my second year, second semester from Spain.
Hi, my name is Uda. I'm from Norway and I'm a student here at Yonsei GSIS. I'm in my first semester and I'm majoring in ITFM.
All right. Hi, I'm Joseph. I am a third semester ITFM student here at the Graduate School for International Studies, and I am from the United States.
When I was bachelor student, I wanted to go to study abroad and actually to a different continent. So I chose that time Korea. And after living here for a year then, I knew that I want to experience it again and come here to graduate school.
This goes way back when my aunt, she visited Korea in 2015 and then she was really fascinated by how this country is. Then she was like, oh, if you want to study abroad, put Korea as one of your options. And I was like, okay. At that time, I was like, okay, sure, why not? But then I started more growing into K-culture, K-pop, K-dramas. And then I was like, okay, now let me just start researching more about Korea. Not just the cultural aspect, but also the educational aspect. So when I started searching about it, I thought that it was something different from what people usually do. I wanted to do something different, so that's why I chose Korea.
Ever since I've been little, I've been quite interested in Asian languages. And when I was in high school, I decided to study a couple of them, including Korean. And by learning the language, I got to learn more about the history, the society, the culture. And I just quite fell in love with it. Because of those studies, I also got the opportunity to visit Korea as a language exchange student for 4 months a couple of years ago. And then I learned about Korea's history of international cooperation and development. And that kind of ignited the passion in me of studying that in later on as a master's degree. So I went back home, finished my undergraduate studies, and decided to come back again to do my master's here, the place where that passion got ignited.
Basically, I did my undergraduate in media and I transferred, so I also finished my undergraduate studies here in Korea in a Korean university. So there's something about the country that just captivated me and I wanted to keep studying to kind of professionalize myself, focus on my studies, and that made me stay.
So I came to Korea 6 years ago because I saw incredible business opportunities between Norway and Korea. I wanted to develop cross-cultural competencies and be placed just where these two economies meet.
So I've actually been here for a while. I've been here since 2022, so that makes it 4 years. I originally was here as an English teacher, but I decided to go back to school because I wanted to advance my career and learn something new. So I just wanted to continue my journey living abroad. Now I'm here at Yonsei.
Well, of course, Yonsei first stood out with the strong reputation. And after finding more information, I saw that GSIS has more curriculums and actually it's very good and flexible as you can choose on your first semester if you want ITFM or the international relations. And of course, Yonsei has very good events and student clubs. So that was also part of my decision.
Actually, I was lucky enough to be in contact to one of the Yonsei alumni, and when I asked him about which universities do you think I should go in Korea, and then he was like, all universities are good, but if you want to be more focused on courses or if you want more courses, then I think Yonsei is for you. Then I did my own research and I thought that yes, there are some more courses which I wanted in the management sector. So that's why I chose Yonsei and GSIS.
The first thing I looked into when I decided to do my master's degree on international studies here in Korea was what is the curriculum of the university that I want. Of course, before coming, I knew about Yonsei, but I never did a deep research on it until I decided that I wanted to come here. When I started seeing the curriculum that GSIS has to offer and that I get to mold my own academic path, I thought to myself, yes, this is the kind of studies that I want to receive as a master's degree. Also, I kind of fell in love with the campus through the pictures and videos that I watch. And I also watch a couple of videos of other students, both Koreans and international students attending at Yonsei, and the student life that they were showing kind of got me excited about, but I hope that I can also experience those things if I go to study in Korea. So Yonsei seemed to me like the perfect fit for what I wanted as a master's degree student.
There's something about Yonsei and its excellence that everyone knows, like, oh, Yonsei, yes, Korea, they are really good. So in a way, I was focused on that, but also like the curriculum of the classes, the options that we got, it's something that kind of like sealed the deal for me.
So for me, choosing GSIS was a very natural choice because I've been a Yonsei student for so many years. But what really stood out to me about GSIS was the talented faculty and the multicultural student body, where you can learn from people around you with different backgrounds, different experiences, and gain a whole new perspective.
I know that Yonsei has a special prestige about it. Even before I knew that it was one of the top universities, I figured that it would be a good idea to, as they say here, reach for the sky. And I'm just happy that I got in. I did apply to some other places where I used to live, but I figured that Yonsei was the best choice for me to advance and develop myself further.
Well, I do enjoy the classes. They are, to be honest, very demanding. There is a lot of assignments, a lot of readings. Exams sometimes have open book exams, and I'm not a fan of them. It was very new to me.
Classes here are pretty good. Like my major is ITFM, and to be specific, mine is ITFM 3, which is strategic management, or most of the innovation classes are in there. So yes, there are pretty good classes, but I think they should introduce more of the business or marketing classes. If we say management, I think marketing and business goes hand in hand with these two, not only the innovations. So yeah, I mean, for this semester we do have marketing class and business class, but they should probably continue those classes.
This is my first semester, so I don't want to base my whole experience on it, but so far I will say that the classes have met 75-80% of my expectations. I have been learning pretty interesting things that I know for sure will contribute to my professional goals in the future, and I quite enjoy the ways most of the teachers teach the classes. However, in my personal opinion, I like classes that are a little bit more proactive and that we get to do different things. So if I were to upgrade or add something to change the classes, will just be that, make it even more proactive. But so far, they have been great. The professors are easy to understand. I know many people might be concerned, oh, it's in English, am I gonna have any problem understanding? Personally, I haven't had none. So yeah, so far I'm quite satisfied with what I have been learning so far, and I can't wait to see what I'm gonna learn in the following semesters as well.
There's something about Yonsei that I really love, and it's that it doesn't matter that my major is ITFM, I can do classes from the other majors, and that and the quality of the classes and the material that they teach, it's something that really exceeded my expectations on the professors, the material, the people, everything really.
I'm enjoying all my classes this semester. Sure, the workload is really hard, but if you manage your time properly, you'll be able to spend a lot of time studying and learning while also having some free time to experience Korea.
I think the classes are really good. There are quite a few classes that I enjoy, and it seriously has me considering going down and pursuing different career paths. One of the reasons why I enjoy school here is because of those different opportunities, learning from these professors that are experts in their fields. Of course, there are some classes that are duds, but for the most part, I'm very happy with the material and things that I've learned here.
As this is my first semester and it's been a while to me is studying, so I think the workload is intense, but it's best to do it weekly. Readings, memos, you shouldn't leave it till the last week before exams like I did once. Yeah, so it's gonna be less stressful and you can manage your time by doing study plans. So I try now to do weekly a study plan.
About my major, the workload is manageable, but it depends on what courses you take, of course, because some of my courses they had presentations every week, so that was something very much stressful. You can choose some subjects which don't have presentations and some have presentations, so you can just manage your time. Overall, it was pretty manageable, but I would rather suggest that if you want to do some extracurricular activities outside Yonsei or inside Yonsei, just take classes in 2 days a week, and then you have other days off so you can enjoy your days and do extra activities.
So compared to undergraduate studies, I was expecting masters to be a little bit less hardcore on the workload, and it has been definitely like that. I don't feel it's too much, nor just too little. It's like a good amount of workload. We have usually readings every week, and right now I'm taking 4 subjects, so each subject usually includes 1 or 2 readings that we either discuss on class or they're useful to understand what the professor is going to discuss. But honestly, I don't think it's too demanding. Of course, it will depend and differ from depending on which subject you're taking. But in my case, I also work part-time. And in order to have a good balance of my time between classes and work, what I personally recommend, even if you're not doing part-time, is to never leave things for last minute. So if you have a reading and they assign it to you today, if you have time in the evening, then do it today instead of tomorrow. And if you have a future presentation, start working on it little by little now instead of doing it the day or the week before the presentations. So when you get there, it's easier and you don't get stressed because of that.
At the end of the day, this is a university and professors are gonna do professor things. So everyone thinks that you're taking only their class and maybe the workload is too much. So you really have to read the syllabus, know what the professors expect, if everything's gonna be papers, if you're gonna have exams, if you have weekly assignments. So I think that's something that I really recommend for people to check. And based on that, I also like to pack my classes into 3 days so that I have time to work on the assignments, because otherwise it gets really uncontrollable. I religiously use my Google Calendar. I check it probably every single hour. That's how I schedule all my classes, all my homework, everything I need to do. But also, when you choose classes in topics that you're really passionate about, it doesn't really feel like studying. It feels more like learning something you really want to learn. So that helps a lot as well, taking classes that you actually enjoy and are interested in.
The workload honestly isn't that bad. Coming back here, my first semester was pretty tough because I was used to being a teacher and now I was a student again. But as far as major coursework, I don't find it to be that challenging. I guess my number one tip and why I'm so successful is because I'm very good with time management. I like to plan my hours by the hour or every 2 hours so that I can get my work done and study and do networking and also allow for a healthy life balance. So overall, I guess that's my number one advice, is just stay on top of the work because it will pile up. Even for somebody like me that is meticulous and likes to plan, midterms and finals sometimes can be a bit stressful. That's just naturally how it goes going to university. Overall, I find it rewarding. I enjoy my studies these past 2 semesters.
My favorite part is making a lot of friends from different continents, different countries. I also love of course, studying here, but I think traveling. Inside Korea, different regions, trying different foods, seeing different traditions. So I think it makes your experience in Korea more rich if you kind of have both of them. The hardest part is that the workload from school, the family also in another country, as well as living as a foreigner in here, those all mixed up sometimes is quite hard and stressful, but I think by the time you start adapting, it's gonna be okay.
Best part is I've made some of the best friends here. Like, but the group which I have right now, like, I've never met such amazing, such heartwarming people here. So that's the best thing ever happened to me. I also learned like different cultures. I've never been outside India, so this was my first time being outside India. So yeah, it was really overwhelming at first to grasp things how they work here, but I guess as time passes by you get used to it. Hardest thing about it is that it was my first time outside of India, so I don't know how everything works. I don't know how to rent one room. I don't know how to do simple stuff. I don't know how to use a transportation car. So yes, I guess the first semester was pretty much stressful, but second semester I got used to all the things, and now I'm pretty comfortable.
The best part of especially studying here at Yonsei and at GSIS has been the international community that you are in, because in each class you don't only have Korean classmates, but you also have people from all over the world and from different backgrounds. And whenever you discuss with them, whether it's something about the class or about their lives, you always get new perspectives, and life gets more interesting because you used to think in a way, but when you hear the same experience from somebody else from another continent or another culture, it just changed the whole thing for me, and it makes me feel that I'm actually living in my career already. So that's my favorite part. The hardest part, I think, in my case, will be the distance from home, because I come from Latin America, and specifically my country is not that like my Dominican culture, you cannot find it easier here in Korea. So sometimes I get a little bit homesick, and I think that distance and like missing my family and my friends could be the hardest part for me while being here in Korea. But other than that, I think it's okay. Some people do think that the language might be the hardest part. So I personally recommend, if you decide to come to Korea or to GSIS, make sure to put a little bit of time in learning Korean, because that definitely makes life easier here.
My favorite part of living here and studying in Yonsei is the community that you build up. But then at the same time, it's also the worst part, because you're studying with people from other semesters, you're studying with exchange students. So it's a lot of time of people coming and going. So you build your community, and at the same time, you are missing it, because some people stay in the country, so you're still in contact with them, but some people leave. So it's so mixed, it's so sweet and sour at the same time. But I wouldn't change it, any piece of it.
I think my favorite part is all the people I've met from different walks of life, different cultures, different backgrounds. It really helped me open my eyes to how big the world actually is outside of my small hometown. So that's been really great. And also studying at Yonsei, the very supportive faculty and advisors have really helped me along the way. As for the hardest part, I think in the beginning it was the language barrier. It was very challenging not being able to communicate. So my first year here in Korea, I attended the Yonsei KLI, the language school, in order to learn Korean, which has really helped me to this day.
Being here at Yonsei and being in Seoul, I have a lot of fun making connections and exploring the city. I didn't used to live in Seoul. I lived in Busan, and then before that, my Korean hometown it's called Yongyangun, all the way out in the middle of nowhere, the least populated village in Korea. Out here, I really enjoy food in Korea. I love the public safety, the public transportation, and the overall cleanliness of society. Those are the four things that really just stand out to me and my favorite parts of living here. I will say though, I've had quite a lot of challenges, especially before going to school here, in integrating with the society and assimilating, given that I come from the States. And, you know, I went from a big city to the smallest village and then another city, but I really had a tough time because I didn't understand the language or the cultural norms at all. When I came here, I couldn't even say hello. I find it hard to make Korean friends here, and I do have a hard time understanding society. But especially since coming to Seoul, things have gotten a lot better. I really do enjoy the accessibility of the city, and I find it to be very foreigner friendly compared to where it was before.
Well, I've only been one semester, but I think Yonsei means opportunity, not just academically, but also personal experience with the traveling and meeting, connecting. It actually surprised me that Yonsei has a lot of events and also lectures that you can go and listen. There is diplomats and other speakers, so I think it's opportunity.
It's very special for me, of course. It's, I can say, like a second home, maybe, because Yonsei has taught me so much. I was very shy and very reserved kid back then, and when I came to Yonsei, and in the classes, everyone used to just raise their hand and ask the questions. I was like, oh, can we do that? I didn't know. But then slowly, I started to interact more. I started to talk more in the class. I became more comfortable. So it just taught me to be more confident and just be yourself.
This being my first master's degree and especially my first studies abroad, of course I came with a lot of concerns like, am I going to integrate to my community, my school community easy, or is going to be difficult? However, the community here at Yonsei is quite nice. Ever since the first day, I feel like I have always someone that I can count on, whether they're my friends from class or some seniors from other years. The moment you step in Yonsei's GSIS, you feel that you are not alone, and that regardless you make friends with someone from the first semester or another semester, it's like we all feel like we're all in this together, quoting High School Musical. But yeah, you don't feel alone, and whenever you have any hardship or difficulty, you can just either reach out to someone from our student association or a friend or a teacher, a professor, and they will gladly help you. I do feel that I am in my community already.
I feel Yonsei, being a Korean university and having how the society works here, it's really like a community. So it's kind of like a big family. Because when you talk to people that you don't even really know, when it's kind of like, oh, I study in Yonsei, oh, you also study in Yonsei, suddenly you are connected. You have so many things in common. You have the classes, the professors, the experiences. It's all the same. So you're really connected even without really knowing each other. So it's just a big family.
Yonsei has been my home for the past 6 years, and it's where I've grown both personally and academically. And being a part of the community here has definitely helped me shape how I see the world. And it's great to be part of such a lovely community and great university that really takes care of its students.
I'm very proud to go to one of the top universities in not only Asia, but the entire world. I mean, it's got a strong tradition, and it is a really culturally significant institution over here in East Asia. I feel like outside of East Asian studies, you might not understand how important it is. I'm really honored to walk amongst like the same paths on campus and be in the same places as so many great Korean people once were. When you say Yonsei, you could say me or my friends here at GSIS, but we're also talking about Nobel Prize winner, Olympians, political historical figures, genius mathematicians, brilliant actors, etc., etc., etc. If you walk and you go to the student union, you can see the portrait of Lee Han-yeol. So being a part of such a legendary institution with both like great things that have happened in Korean society and sad things that have happened that cause change in Korean society, it's just really monumental and introspective. And like our motto, being at Yonsei means that you need to search for truth and freedom.
I think don't forget that keeping up weekly is better than keeping up later. Study weekly, don't leave it to last days like I did, and enjoy the experience. Do a lot of traveling, take student clubs, go into events, make the most out of your time.
Make sure that you do your research properly. Of course, even if you plan few things beforehand, when you come here, things are pretty different from what you have imagined. So even if you do your research, if things don't go your way after you come here, don't lose hope. Just take it as a maybe new experience. Every problem finds the solution by its own way. So don't get scared or don't be shy to ask for help. There will be always someone to help you. And just ask anyone if you need help. Don't be shy and just enjoy.
In my case, I will give you 3 specific advices. The first one is to have a resilient heart and mindset when you come here. Remember to yourself why you decided to pursue a master's degree in international studies, and keep that goal right in your heart. So whenever you find or face any hardship or difficulty, that goal and that passion you have towards that goal can keep you going till the end. The second one is have a really open mindset about life, about other cultures, because you're going to be surrounded with people from so many different backgrounds. So I think that you should approach everyone with a really open and kind heart, and understand that something and a specific action from someone doesn't mean bad necessarily. It's just it could be a difference in culture. So just be really open-minded towards everyone. And lastly, make sure to have fun. Studying is great, and being committed to your studies, should be your primary goal, but also make sure to put yourself out there, get to know Korea, get to know about other cultures, and enjoy your life while in Korea and at GSIS.
Check all the classes, read the syllabus, organize what you want to study. It's really nice to be able to check classes from different majors. It's really fun, but you should know and a little bit prioritize what you really want to study, because some classes are just one semester. Sometimes it's the last semester that the professor is teaching, so you should be aware of everything. And also join clubs, go into activities, meet people. It's so fun, and some people miss that chance. Don't be like them. Go into every activity that you are able to go to and have fun.
I would tell them to come with an open mind and be ready to learn as much as you can from your classmates and your professors. And also, we have so many different student clubs, both in GSIS and Yonsei in general. And it's really great to engage in those clubs. So I'd really recommend everyone to join at least one club when they first arrive here. I'm personally part of GBH, the Global Business Hub, and it's great. You meet people, you get to know students from other semesters and professors, and it's very social and very fun.
Don't be afraid to get out of your comfort zone. Try to meet people from different walks of life, from different countries, from different regions of Korea, and learn about their stories and challenge your own worldview. Allow yourself the opportunity to, accept or to see things in a different way. Keep the spirit of inquiry that universities actively have been encouraging. I also cannot stress this enough, the most important thing is to network. Make sure that you're doing your job search with the same amount of intensity, if not a little bit more than your coursework. Because we're here to get a job, and we're here to advance our careers. This isn't undergrad. We need to go forward. And it's all about networking these days, especially in the AI age as that's coming on. You really need to know your connections and get your foot in the door, whether you want to work in Korea, your native country, or a third place. Connection, and Yonsei allows you to do that, especially the GSIS. If you have some time on the side, learn a little Korean. It's going to help you assimilate better. Your studies and your networking should go ahead of it, but you definitely need to learn a little Korean on the side. Try to enroll in a Korean class if you have time in your schedule. A final advice is try to join a club or activity, especially with the general Yonsei body, to meet either like other graduate students from other schools or like the undergraduate schools. Like I'm on the club swim team and I really do enjoy spending time with the other swimmers, even if I'm one of the only graduate students. There are others too. So I hope that you really listen to everything that I've said there. Network, time management, learn a little Korean, join a club, get yourself out there and challenge yourself. So good luck to everybody coming into Yonsei. And if you're also here, I'm very happy to be part of the Yonsei family with you.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Thank you. Okay, so 6th.
As for wait,
I think the hardest part is like school, family in another country. And what did I mention before?
you can cut somewhere.
Stop talking, so I was like, oh my goodness.
And it's saved. Sometimes it doesn't even save.
Yeah.
And this mosquito is getting me on it. Bro.
Like something about that subject, just go for it. Yeah, that's it.
Was that a good answer?
It was a perfect answer.
All right.
It was nice.